And speaking of that front four and their job, it's to get sacks. And the only one getting sacked is my boy, Sam Howell. Ladies and gentlemen, in the last 4 or 5 games, each team has had at least 4 sacks. In the last 3 games, going back to the Bears game, our team has given up a season high sack total for the opposing teams. We go back to Buffalo. We almost damn near had 10 sacks. They had 9 sacks on us in that game. Will, I love my guy, Sam, but I don't think he's going to make it through the season if he keeps laying on his back like this.
Mm-hmm.
What in the hell is happening? Like, what can be done? I need answers, man, because it hurts, man.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting because after this game, listening to DC radio, watching a couple people on Twitter post some videos, really the narrative was that this was Sam. A lot of this was on Sam, even to the point of saying that the scheme was getting guys open. Mm-hmm. And he's not hitting his hot routes. He's not seeing guys underneath. He's patting the ball, as he's looking downfield, which is just taking time. They're like, if you watch Tua play, as soon as his back foot hits, he starts coming forward with the ball. He knows exactly where he's going with it, and Sam's not there. Now Tua's in his 4th year of playing, versus, and he had some really rough, for first 2 years, Tua looked pretty bad, so there's a learning curve there, but there's enough people are watching the game and the film afterwards to say Sam's holding them back right now. I don't know if you can say, well, I'll say this, you can't put 100% of the blame on him. You may be at the point where we're a little bit more than 50% putting on him for the Giants game, at least for this one, but we're also seeing the offensive line. Like we just said, the Giants ran 3 guys, ran a stunt, and our 3 offensive linemen were crashed in the middle, and he ran around them for a sack. Like, that's pathetic. Yeah. And so I can't say it's all on Sam, but he's struggling right now. And the only thing right now, I don't think we need to get rid of him. Like, I don't think you put in Jacoby Brissett. I think he needs to work through this because we really need to see what do we need to be doing in the offseason. What do we have here at quarterback? And you just have to hope that right now they're watching enough film to be explaining to him where things are coming from and what he needs to be looking. Where does his eyes need to be helping him make decisions? And maybe it's just he's scared to throw an interception, so he's holding on the ball. They got to find EB and Ken Zampese, the quarterback coach. They got to find a way to coach this kid up right now.
Right. They got to find a happy medium somewhere where he can let loose and be kind of a gunslinger and get that ball out. But at the same time, if he's going to be cautious with, okay, I respect it. But if you're going to be cautious, then you take what the defense gives you. These are the problems that I'm having because a lot of these sacks, Sam, there's an open guy underneath and Sam is holding it to go for the bigger play. You can't do that. We can't play hero ball. One thing I will say about Sam, and I hope people see this, we know how many times he's been sacked. We see that stat. But this man gets up each and every time. He's taking some shots. And I've seen quarterbacks that taken less than, a softer shot and not be able to get up. Sam has been toughing it out all the way through. With that being said, yes, he at times holds the ball too long. Yes, sometimes he looks like it's a deer caught in headlights. You know what I mean? But I just, with the fact that this is technically his rookie year, with the fact that we know the struggles that we're having, he's learning this offense new, you know what I mean? Trying to understand what EB's doing. And then obviously the issues with the O-line. We got to give him the benefit of the doubt, in my opinion. Because do I think it's all his fault? In this game is, I'd say a little more 50-50. But in games past, yes, it has been. A lot of times he has, and some of the Falcons games, he ran into sacks where it's just like, dude, somebody needs to tell him, take a deep breath and get through the play. You know what I mean? Like, don't try to get everything back. Don't try. But part of that is if you get down early, he wants to bring you back and you can't do that all in one play. You know what I mean? So look, people are going to be hard on Sam. Jacoby's a very good quarterback, though. You may want to look at him. So, all right. So this is my point. This is my thing, because Nicholas Rosario said this as well, that Jacoby is a good quarterback, blah, blah, blah. What do we want to do in Washington? Are we trying to play for 1 year and play with this random quarterback? If that's the reason, let's go get Fitzpatrick back. Let's go get Wentz back. We need to change the narrative in Washington. The reason why people don't want to come here, especially at quarterback, is because they know they're going to get 1 year and that's it. And they know they're not even going to get a year where they're getting great protection or a great run game or wide receivers. Look, they're getting a year that might be a struggle, and it's only guys like Carson Wentz that need to have a bounce back, that are almost on the outskirts. A Mitchell Trubisky would be a guy that would probably want to come, and he was somebody that we talked about last year. But if we are in such a hurry to get rid of a guy because he's struggling, but we can still say he's a rookie, we can still say he's young. I just don't, that those things don't match up. Like, Will, tell me I'm wrong. Like, I get that he's having struggles, yes, but with the team that we have around him, with him being young, this is par for the course. Am I wrong?
No. I mean, we're seeing a little too much, pattern behavior or pattern play out there. And I think, I love the comment by Here's Johnny, because he's not wrong in saying Jacoby could provide something else, could be providing a spark, but this franchise needs to see, is Sam the guy? Right. If he's not, then we need to be drafting someone, and we need to have a good draft pick in order to do it. We can't be picking 19th, 16th, 18th like we've been doing in order to get him. The Patriots were very lucky to get Mac Jones at 15, the year of all those quarterbacks. The Steelers getting Kenny Pickett, I don't think he'd be doing a better thing here, but they were able to get somebody in the 20th round or 20th pick, but that's rare. You got to be picking in the top 5. In the top 10, to be getting somebody. So we really need to sink or swim with Sam this year. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, we're back doing like what you've been saying. We've been doing this 7, 8, 9 win team with Jacoby. And you might get in the playoffs, but you're not threatening anybody. Right. And so, I think you could make the argument, if Ron wants to win, he would be putting in Jacoby, but he really needs to be finding out what he's got. In Sam. And I only talked about Sam earlier, and I kind of spoiled some of the things I was going to say about Bieniemy. I think this is where it's like my criticism is on Bieniemy to say, what are you doing to help this guy out? Because every single game, you guys are giving up 4 to 6 sacks. There's something wrong here. And if it really, really, really is on one player, then you should be taking that guy out, or you guys are okay saying we're going to ride or die with this guy, but it ain't working. But to Ab's point earlier, he said, if we can't change the offensive line, and what are we going to do with the guys behind him, right now? So I don't think we can change the offensive line. Then you need to change the play call. You need to be rolling Sam out more, even if that means cutting the field in half for him to look at. Where are the wide receiver screens? Where are the running back screens? Where are quick throws, quick slants to Terry that we saw in the Eagles game? Where is some of that stuff? And that's what I haven't been seeing. That's where I'm like, Jesus, he's falling into that Ashburn arrogance where it's like, this is how I do it. Jack Del Rio's defense, this is how I do it. No, I'm not going to move Chase Young around. Montez is on the left. Chase is on the right. This is how we line up every single time. It's like, why can't you get creative out there and help out your rookie quarterback? And obviously we keep calling him rookie quarterbacks just because it's his first year playing extensively as a starter. But why aren't you helping your guy out get comfortable? You've got a really young quarterback who's going into this will be his 8th game or 4 and 3, 9th. Yeah, this will be his 9th game because he had one start before. His 9th game. He hasn't even played a half a season right now. Right. And why aren't you doing things to help him out? Right. To make him feel more comfortable. Instead, we're running these dropbacks, and we're letting our receivers run down the field 15 yards. If it's 3rd and 10, maybe we need to run a 6 or 7 yard play and see if the receiver can break it. That's where I'm frustrated with EB's play calling, because the sacks are a problem, and you got to help out Sam. you got to do something to help him feel more confident.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and yeah, I agree with this. The problem is the bad timing. Ron Rivera on his 4th year, new ownership, draft class next year is phenomenal for quarterbacks. So I hate this because I don't want Sam to be a stopgap, and as a result of everything that's happened this year and all the struggles that he has. John saying, does Ron think? Oh, did you put something? Yeah, Ron think he was coach next year for wins. Yeah, Ron's not.
Right. I mean, Ron had to win. It's good. It's kind of surprising he's willing to go through this. No, Ab said this too, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. When did we ever throw to Jahan over the middle? Which, yes, he's having some troubles and drops, but Jahan, Curtis, what? You mean to tell me that these guys over the middle can't beat whatever corner or linebacker or safety is covering them? Where are these plays?
Right. I watched the Colorado State-Colorado game, and Colorado State did one play the entire game. They ran crossers, and they had this guy, Horton, catch 14 balls, over 200 yards, a couple touchdowns, simply running crossers. It's elementary, and it's like we're not doing that. Our tight end, Logan Thomas, has proven that even if you take a headshot at him, he will still be able – he'll hold on, he'll make the play. But why are we only looking for him when we need it on a 3rd down where Sam is scrambling? You know what I mean? Like little things like this. Like I don't understand it. And to your point, we're not making changes. We're not making adjustments. We're going to do the same thing. It's going to continue. It's going to work. It's going to work. It's going to work. Ab, I'm going to make this example. Tommy Meyer. What I loved about him is that it was, 3rd and 1, 1st down. Oh, he's running the rock. But sometimes if it's 3rd and 13, he has a little bit too much daggone faith in his running back because we're running a daggone wham right up the gut, and he gets mad at us when we don't get the 1st down. What did you expect? We need some change. This isn't working. What to Ab's point, get him out of the pocket. Get him on the move. Get him in a place where he's not having to look at a collapsing pocket, but out there in space and where he can hit somebody, where maybe he can make a move on a defender. We've seen he can shake a defender and get up yards. You have to do things, like you said, that are beneficial to him. And if you're not, I just think it's really hard for us to sit here and give all this, attention and negative attention towards him when you're just this stack is stacked against him, and yet we want to say that's his fault.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan said, so how should Eric approach the offense with Sam going forward? What should the conversation be?
I think that's why I addressed that a little bit earlier.
Oh, yeah.
And saying, you need to be finding plays that can kind of get Sam into a rhythm first.
Mm-hmm. Well, I agree with the rollouts. It wasn't faith.
That's true. He's right. I mean, you guys were at practice. Could they throw the ball? Could they? I mean, hey, Pat was quite the weapon, but I don't know if I ever saw him drop back and throw one. I mean, he was a weapon with the ball in his hand. Absolutely, running that option.
We brought in the mighty Chris Fowler to come in there and throw, and then the defenses knew we were throwing because that's it. Chris came in and it'd be like, oh, yeah, here they go. So yeah, it's true.
No, you're good, Nathan. You're good. Yeah, no, I saw your comment and thought I was trying to wrap it into those points. You're good, Nathan.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, something's got to change. Something's absolutely got to change.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'll see what's going on.